So I'm taking advantage of the recent 3G craze. Those of you who want to see an iPhone, I'll let you know right now I do not have one in my hands, so feel free to leave this video right now. Basically what I wanted to talk about was open a discussion because I'm about 90% on buying a new iPhone. I don't have the first version, so for me buying the second is sort of a brand new thing. I know what the interface is like. I love it personally, and so I'm a bit excited to buy it, but I'm a little bit more reserved because I've heard of a few of the issues. Now, just to cancel all the comments that I'm going to get about pricing, I'm not really concerned about that. I'm aware that the iPhone was expensive and the price has dropped for the first version, and then because of the sudden $200 pricing for the second version, or the or the iPhone 2.0, I'm not really concerned with that difference in service being a $20 additional for the 3G service, because I consider it to be an extra payment because AT&T is an asshole, an extra payment to pay for the 3G service, which I'm totally okay with, and I don't have to worry about location or anything like that because I live in LA, so I'd get the 3G regardless. But anyway, I want all of you, those of you who I can, to go ahead and post down below some comments about the different issues that you've had. I've heard of the bug that here in LA and Santa Monica, I believe, they said some of the iPhones wouldn't work in the Apple Store. So, but then they said that they told them to go plug it up in their home computers, and then it worked. So anyways, I wanted to hear some of the bugs or issues that you all have had to deal with the recent version. And I know I've updated my iPod Touch to the 2.0 software, and I did have a little bit of a minor issue with it, where I was getting a lot of apps. I got a lot of apps and just wanted to try out all the free apps, and after like syncing and adding more and more and more, it just sort of it didn't freeze on me, but I would try and open another one, like the 50th app, and it would open and close. Anyway, so I had to deal with that issue, and I just restarted, and it's all fine now. It's a great, I love the interface, I love the new App Store, and I understand, like, actually I think Apple's pretty smart for not making any more advancements with the iPhone in terms of a business perspective. I understand that a lot of people wanted the copy and paste and all these new features, but they're pretty smart with spending a lot of their money on opening the new App Store, because I think that's going to bring in a lot of the same revenue, and at the same time they probably save money by putting the stress on other developers to develop all of the software, and them releasing a new sort of look to the iPhone rather than a new style and new features and all that good stuff. So I also wanted to challenge the dissenters out there of the iPhone. I've had some debates with some of them, and they make good points about it being very expensive, and other phones now, like the Sync, having the same qualities. But the most common thing I find in all of the dissenters, I've yet to find one that has a Sync in his hand and has, well, I know the Sync hasn't come out yet, I don't think, but has a Sync in their hand and has a iPhone in their hand and has chosen the Sync over the iPhone. What I find is people who have not even used or seen the iPhone interface. It is just so intuitive, and it's just downright fun. It's fun to just play with the iPhone, play with all the apps, many of which are free and are still fun to play with. And I just have yet to find one who's actually experienced the iPhone fun experience and will choose, for example, a Sync over the iPhone. I've seen the interface of the Sync on television. It looks pretty cool, and I even like the I don't know if it's the Sync, but the one that has the flip key. or the keypad. I think that's great. I think it would be cool if Apple had a sideways keypad. That would make my life much easier, and I would hands down love that more than I would a keypad. But I don't think they've done that yet, which they should. But yeah, so please, dissenters, leave your comments, and for about a week I will comment back and we can debate about the whole sync versus iPhone thing, iPhone craze. Samsung is talking about charging $50 less than the iPhone, which I think is pretty retarded, because I personally would pay $50 just for the interface of the iPhone. And before any of you challenge me on that, I would like to encourage you to actually use the iPhone. To use, if you can't use the iPhone, use the iPod Touch. I have one, and I would pay $50 more than a sync just to have the capability of using all the free apps, just to have the capability of using all the features of the iPhone, and just to have the capability of using the downright beautiful interface. It's just fun. And I guess I've gone on too long about this. I need to chop this up. But feel free to leave your comments. I will debate with you. Keep it clean. And yeah, that's it. Let's have a great discussion.